You are welcome to today's lesson. We'll be looking at an introduction to ionic equations. An introduction to ionic equations. So what is an ion? An ion is a charged particle. Now, a charged particle is an element or substance which has lost or gained electrons. So, elements or substances which lose electrons become positively charged and are known as cations. Normally, metals are the ones which have this behavior or this characteristic of easily losing electrons. Okay, so now the charge is written on the top right corner of the chemical symbol of that substance. So for example, we see sodium. Okay, so if you check for sodium, you will see that positive sign on the top right corner. That is the charge. Now, this is the chemical symbol of the sodium cation. Now, similarly, elements or substances which gain electrons become negatively charged, and the charge is written on the top right corner of the element. For example, the chloride ion. Chloride ion is a non-metal, and negatively charged ions are known as anions, while those ones that are positively charged are known as cations. Okay, so now we want to look at the state symbol. Okay, so first thing we must define the word state. Now, a state as defined in chemistry is a description of the physical appearance or existence of a substance given or at a given temperature and pressure. Now, for a case, we know that water exists as a liquid, carbon dioxide as a gas, and ice as a solid. Now, this statement is true if the temperature and pressure is standard. Now, when we say standard pressure and standard temperature, we are talking about a temperature which is 25 degrees Celsius and a pressure which is 1 atmospheres. Now, we can now put the two words together. Now, when we talk about a state symbol, we are saying this is a letter assigned to describe the existence of a substance at a given temperature. So, for example, a liquid will have a symbol, a solid will have a symbol, and a gas will also have a symbol. Also add an aqueous solution which will also have a symbol. Okay, so these are the state symbols that we are talking about. So now you realize to say our state symbols are written in small case, okay, small letters, and they are always in brackets. So you have the symbol for gas or vapor as letter G, the symbol for liquid or molten as letter L, that is small letter L, solid or precipitate, small letter S, and aqueous solution, the symbol AQ, all in brackets. Okay, now we want to look at an example of an ionic equation. Now, the one down there is an example of an ionic equation showing us how the state symbols have been put and how the ions have been described. So you see that the first one here is the hydroxide ion with a negative charge there. Also we have the hydrogen ion with a positive charge there. Now, water itself, which is in liquid, has no state, has no symbol for an ion because it is not an ion anymore, it is a liquid. Okay, then down there you are able to see the ones that have been labeled in red. Those are the state symbols. So you have hydroxide ion in aqueous, then also the hydrogen ion in aqueous, and water itself as a liquid. So we'll continue next time as we will now look at how to write our ionic equations. So we'll look at just some examples. Thank you so much for attending today's lesson.